So once again, shout out to my boy Vinny, SuperMarioZilla, for allowing me to borrow this MonsterArts Godzilla 2001 Heat Ray version. That's right, this is pretty much a re-release special color edition of the Godzilla GMK 2001 that we just reviewed on the channel recently. So yeah, I wanted to hit it up with the follow-up. This one in particular is the repaint. What sets it apart from the original? We're going to take a look at that in this review. First off though, I want to take a look at the box, alright? So let's take a look at the box. The box, it's got that typical style that you're used to. However, the background is nice and brown and very like almost fiery in the background, very subtle, but I really do like how the promotional image kind of lights up those spines, those dorsal fins, as well as the paint on the in and the mouth. And yeah, it looks good, right? Yeah, really nice box. Look at the top there, looks good. On the bottom here, you see they're focusing on the back. Unfortunately, it does not look that good, trust me. On the side here, you get another promotional shot of the Godzilla and what sets him apart, and more of that good stuff on the back, sculpted by Yuji Sakai, but we already know this, so this is going to be a recap of the 2001 GMK review. However, we are going to look at some comparisons and side-by-sides with the original release and show you what sets it apart. I already said that, didn't I? Okay, so let's take a look at this picture. Alright, so here we have it. Sculpt-wise, it's the same exact figure. There is no differences here whatsoever. You're getting the same exact figure that you got before. For better or for better, because it's a fantastic design, a fantastic sculpt, and Yuji Sakai and Tamashii Nations hit it out of the ballpark with this one. I always felt that this was one of their best Godzillas and one of my favorite Godzilla designs in general, and thankfully Tamashii Nations nailed it with this one. Let's just get a close-up of some of those details so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. And I'll tell you, wow, is the paint on this guy is a bit of a darker gray, almost like a black for the main body. The main body, everything, the sculpt on this guy is simply gorgeous. Yes, its scales are beautiful. The teeth are okay. Once again, they didn't really do much to like improve the gums here. They're still black, and the teeth are done with a goldenrod paint, which, you know, it's a bit spotty in some areas, as was the original release. The eyes are, once again, that smoky dark gray with a white iris, which is pretty damn intimidating if I do say so myself. I always loved just how creepy and badass this Godzilla looked. Oh man. The eyes look great here once again. The claws here all pretty much look the same. They're still frosted and whatnot. Moving down to the rest of the body, and those big chunky thighs and feet look about the same as well. Once again with those frosted light gray claws at the feet. Now the main attraction here is not the tail. The tail is pretty much the same exact tail as before. It's the whole gimmick here with this edition, and it's the Heat Ray version. And if you remember, NECA kind of did something like this with their 2001 Godzilla. I reviewed it on the channel. If you want to see that review, it'll be popping up on the top right corner of your screen. However, they also made it look like Godzilla pretty much threw up all over himself. A mixed bag, if you ask me, in hindsight. However, here, all Tamashii Nations did was paint the mouth, the inner mouth, a metallic blue. And while promotional shots do make it look a bit more obvious, it's a bit more subdued on the final release. And it's also a little bit weird on this one because it looks like it's favoring the left side of the bottom jaw as opposed to the right side, where there's not that much blue paint, which, you know, I mean, it is what it is. Looking at the back, it starts at the base of the neck, the back of the neck of Godzilla, and moving down, we have, once again, more of that metallic blue paint, and it's got a really nice frosted look as you come out towards the tips of those very interestingly bent dorsal fins. And yes, once again, those are indeed meant to look that way. That's how it was in the suit, and those were intentionally made that way. I always say they look like coral reefs, but yeah, it looks good. I do like the blue paint on the spines. It unfortunately stops here at this part of the tail, kind of awkwardly too, because you can see here, this dorsal fin here at the base of the tail is not fully painted with that metallic blue paint. It just kind of tapers off and goes out with a whimper. Like I said, the paint here is inconsistent as you look at the base of the tail. As you can see on one side over here on the right, it's not really consistent. It's not. It does look nice though where it is applied. However, I do think that they should have probably made that a little more on the consistent side. And also here on the shoulders, you can see on this right shoulder here, this area here kind of looks like he's wearing a tank top because it looks like a sleeve while the arm is not painted whatsoever. So that's a little bit awkward as well, but it's not going to keep me up at nights. Now, in terms of articulation, right? Same exact figure, so you're going to get the same range of motion with this guy, for better or for worse. This guy in particular, Vinny had addressed me that his head likes to pop off. That wasn't my fault this time. That was apparently an issue that popped up with him, and he doesn't know why it's that way. My guess is because of this upper torso piece being more floaty. This socket, this ball joint socket, is not really the upper torso area. It's kind of floating around there where that socket is, and that's what's causing the issue. My 2001, my original release, had a similar issue. However, this one is pretty bad in comparison. So, you know, I'm trying my best not to move it around. So this guy is a bit limited in the neck department, but your mileage will vary. Yours might be just fine. The arms do move just as good as before. So do the wrists, the abdominal area. Oh my God. Vinny, I'm so sorry, man. It's not my fault, I swear. I'm trying my best here to do it hurt. Ah! Vinny, I'm sorry. He does not want to cooperate. Like, dude, man. Get your shit together, bro. Alright, so we're going to continue this review without the head, which is fine. This Godzilla is not a stranger to being mutilated. The abs do work really nice as well on this one, and lots of good range of motion on the legs and this one is a bit tight on this side, but it is overall pretty much the same exact articulation you got with the original release, so that's always a good thing. Accessory wise, he doesn't come with anything. Why this guy is a heat ray version and he doesn't include a heat ray, it absolutely boggles my mind, and there is absolutely no excuse for this guy not to come with his own heat ray beam, because god dang, man, that's what he's called, right? The heat ray version. Yes, unfortunately, the biggest takeaway from this guy is that he doesn't have a beam effect, and I know that was a deal breaker for a lot of fans. Alright, so homeboy over here does not want to cooperate. His head keeps falling off, and I'm feeling even more guilty and terrible about it, even though it's not really my fault. So we're going to do some comparisons here with the original release, and I want you to take a look here and spot the differences between the two. Obviously, we have the original release here on the left hand side and the new heat ray version on the right hand side. So again, you can obviously see there's a color difference here in terms of the paint. One is definitely brighter than the other, while the heat ray version gets for a little more of a nighttime look with this GMK Godzilla. So let's take a look here. Once again, same exact sculpt. However, you're going to notice the differences in the coloration here. And it looks great. We're going to show some pictures of the head. And I want to show you the dorsal fins. And yeah, those dorsal fins look mighty proper on the heat ray version. I actually prefer that over the original look, but you know, that's subjective. Some may like it more, some may not. Me personally, I think it looks wonderful, despite, you know, the inconsistencies that I mentioned earlier. That being said, overall, you're getting the same exact figure here with this re-release, and I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna go. In terms of my final verdict, I have to say it's still a fantastic sculpt. It's still a beautiful figure. Looks like he popped right out of the screen. This GMK Godzilla is one of the best SH MonsterArts Godzillas released. And once again, remember, he doesn't come with a beam effect, so there's always that. But then again, neither did the original. However, with this one, it's a glaring omission. If you do own the original release, this one is not a necessity by any means. Unless, of course, you really gotta have another GMK Godzilla in your collection. In that case, by all means, hunt him down on the aftermarket. Don't ask me how much he was, because this isn't my figure. I did not pay for him. When he was released, he was around like $90 or something like that. Now he easily goes for like close to 200. So yeah, good luck trying to get him. I wish you all the best, and remember everyone, collect everything, connect everything. Me personally, I like this repaint a whole lot. I wish I had him myself, but once again, I gotta thank Vinny, SuperMarioZilla, for this review and making it possible. Anyways, that's it for this review. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed and would like to see more videos like this, hitting the like button, sharing the video, commenting, and subscribing will help us defeat the evil algorithm. And if you enjoy video games, I have a dedicated channel just for that, so I hope to see you there.